properly. What does that mean? We turn hand over hand into the turn and hand over hand out. A lot of beginners kind of put their right hand under and throw it. You'll throw the car to the left and crash, or you turn short and you'll go over the curb. So don't turn short. Don't be over aggressive on the steering wheel. It's round for a reason, unless you have a Tesla and a yoke, right? I think next is just looking ahead, like a video game. You're walking through your environment. You've got to look left. Okay, no one's there. Got to look right. Ah, someone got you. So you really got to be aware of downtown traffic, people, cars, school zones, your friends cutting through the parking lot, guys running through the cars, girls running through, parents coming in late, parents leaving late, you going to school in the morning. Maybe your parents let you drive. It's a little dark outside. There's a little frost on the window. I think that time period, 2 to 5 p.m., I know it's the most dangerous. Why? You have young drivers from all the high schools across the country. Every kid who thinks they know how to drive are driving. And you have kids who are going to run lights, who are not going to look left, who are going to make a right turn or red and get hit, or who think it's clear and they're going to make a left turn and barely make it or hit a pedestrian to the left. I say this to teach you. I don't say this to insult you. I want to say that again. I'm here to teach you. I'm not here to insult you. All of you are very intelligent. All of you know what to do. You made it here to driver's ed. You don't get your certificate. You actually have to drive. You actually have to pass your knowledge test. You actually have to meet the state and federal standards. You're going to have to take an eye test at the DMV. If you can't see, you'll fail until you get the right corrective lenses. None of you, well, except for 2 of you, have been out with me at night. Those of you have not been out at night. That's going to be very overwhelming for all of you. Hey, can we have a night drive? No. Mental health is really important to me. Normally, I would drive 26 students. I'll have a backup driver. He or she would drive 10. Because if I was in person, we had 36 kids. Whoa. And I like making money, but also mental health is really, 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 really important. Now, if I needed something for the wife, son, or daughter, or something for me, a 5090 video card, something for my race car, new cylinder heads, new camera, I would grind. I think all of you know that. I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully you're doing good too. I'm doing good. I feel good. I took that mental health day last Wednesday. I'm getting more rest. I'm hydrated. Actually, this from Tim Hortons is good. It's good. So I feel good. I feel happy because I feel like all of you are in the direction you need to learn how to drive. We have good questions. We see good videos. More of you are taking that personal responsibility. I don't know how to steer. Okay, well, let's go in the neighborhood. Let's work on those turns. I'm bad at lane changes. Okay, let's get on the road and make lane changes. You can make those small micro mistakes with me because I'm an instructor. I can squeeze the brake. I can turn the wheel. I have a mirror on my side. But if you run a light, now we're in danger. And if you don't understand what happens if you run a light, we're going to die. So tips for going on the freeway. Pick up speed, accelerate on the ramp. A lot of beginners go too slow. And then if you go too slow on the ramp, you're going to go too slow on the expressway. And here's a truck from Canada. Here's a truck from New York. Here's a cyber truck. I know you like that, right? Those cyber trucks. I had to say that. Always laugh at your teacher's jokes, right? And some drivers are really chilled. Thank you for the love. Some drivers are really chilled. A lot of drivers don't want to be around us. Oh my God, that's the student driver. Get away. You don't see what I see in the mirror. I don't tell you. People are like, and then they change lanes. And then they cut us off, cut another car off, cut another car off. It's true. So I need you to take a breath, relax, and enjoy every second of your process. Danielle Danielle, right? Am I saying it right? Okay, Danielle had a really chill drive, driving on a major road, keeping good speed, about 50. Nice speed control. She struggled a little bit pulling onto the main road, but when she got there, relaxed, not chasing cars, good speed control, and she started to feel comfortable. But then she changed the routine. I want to go a different way. Okay. Then it was less traffic, but they would stop and just turn. Then we took a really curvy road. We almost saw an accident. The Jeep to the left of us, black Jeep, didn't stop and almost hit, I think it was the blue car, right? It was the blue car. We were like, oh. And this almost happened right in front of us. Took her on a lot of curvy roads, four-way stop. She looked left, right, left. She started noticing people behind us. They're tailgating us. And I'm like, yeah, they are. And I don't want to act nonchalant because you need me as an instructor to stay chilled, stay relaxed, stay comfortable, support you, crack dad jokes, uncle jokes, because I'm a guy. If I was a mom, I crack mom jokes. Okay, so, but very consistent in her turns, looking left, looking right. But then, can I share Danielle a little bit? She was making a right turn or left. She put her right hand under the wheel and she was getting ready to throw it. I'm like, no, don't do that. So she's like, what? But then she started putting her left hand down to the bottom of the wheel. And then she overturned and I had to hold the wheel. But then she started hugging the right. All normal, no hate, did great. But those are the things as a beginning driver. You're going to drift off the road to the right and you're going to freak out your mom and dad. What are you doing, girl? Mom, I'm learning how to drive. Well, you're about to go off the road. Dad, can you talk to mom? Because she gives me a panic attack. Dad, I just want to drive with you. Right? It's true. Always speak truth. You're going to find the parent you feel most comfortable with. If it's mom, Dad, I can't drive with you, Dad. I can't. Dad, I can't drive with your wife. Dad, I can't drive with mom. Her feelings are going, she's going to cry. You got to be strong. Dad, I can't drive with her. Why, honey? She screams. She's like grabbing everything and it gives me panic attacks. I speak from experience. I don't want to speak too loud. Someone will come through the floor. I'm not scared. But you're going to find a parent you feel comfortable with. And that parent is the one you're going to build that trust. You know, my road dog, 101. And they're going to help you navigate downtown. They're going to help you navigate downtown areas. They're going to help you navigate roundabouts. They're not going to panic and scream. They're just going to be like, you got to go slow. Did you see that? Thanks. Dad, I didn't see it. Next time, just look more. Instead of someone screaming at you, did you see the car? I just lost my life. Dad, I can't drive anymore. Can you take over? Why? She's screaming at me. And then I see the tear running out of your eye or the emotion or your brother or sister saying, she's going to kill me. Dad, can you kill that bug? That's your little brother or sister. Some of you are smiling because your little brother or sister, they're going to be like, are you going to kill me? And you're like, Dad and Mom, I'm not even out of the parking lot or the driveway. And your son or daughter, well, honey, they're just scared. We don't know what you're going to do. My heart's pounding. Is it this making my heart pound? Or is it you? It's both. But Danielle had a really chill drive, heavy traffic. The four-way stop took a long time. There were like about 100 cars. She was like, are we going to a four-way stop? Yes. The road's awful curvy. Yes, I'll stay on the road. I'm going to the right. You know what rhymes with ditch? She kept hugging the right. People get confused about roundabouts. They do. They forget to look. And if I got a big truck, I'm just going to go through. I'm like, sir, you almost hit me. well, I got a big truck and I got to get home and you're going too slow. And you'll see people just, an older guy on a motorcycle. He was in the left lane. I knew he was going to cut us off. He did the right hand signal like we don't know. He cut in front of us. And I said, just lift your foot, Danielle. She lifted her foot. Then he cut back to the left. I'm like, he's going to get ran over. No helmet. Guy in his 50s or 60s on a Harley. Not mad. You know, he cut off 2 cars and he was gone. So I'm thinking he's about to get ran over. We're about to see an accident. A lot of people don't want to see us around, but you deserve a ride on the road. And I thought overall, a lot of you are getting ownership in your driving. And I love that and enjoy every moment. It was a very chill, very relaxed drive, a lot of right turns. And she started in the parking lot making right, but that's more dangerous because I think there was a track meet or a lacrosse meet. And you know, grandma's speeding in. I got to see my grandson. Your dad's late. Let's get off the job. I'm doing 80 to get there. And I see the big truck coming and I'm like, just wait. Or there's a girls' softball game going. And here's your auntie with your 3 little nephews. And she's running out. So you really got to be chilled, but danger. Name some of the dangers in the school parking lot. I need you to type into the chat, name 3 dangers in the school parking lot. If you really want to grow, name 3 dangers in the school parking lot. Right now, type them in. 3 dangers. All of you are in that. Look, you're going to be going to school to your 22. My daughter's 22. She graduates this month. I already got the day off, as I should. Right? So 21, 22, 23. She will graduate in 4 years. Son graduated in 4 years. So it takes 10 years to become a master. I think she got her license around 16 and a half, 26 and a half, 10 years. My son got his at 16. He counted backwards. He's one of those guys. He counted backwards. I need to take segment 1 now. I need to get driver's ed done. But the problem was I teach driver's ed at another company. He was at another school. I had to drop him off, go to another location an hour away. He had to drive, and then another family member had to pick him up. He had to get into segment 2. Pedestrian accidents. Correct. Driving, improper parking, speeding. You know you're going to speed through the parking lot. My friend is getting ready to run to 300. There's no 300. My friend's going to run to 200. I don't see you. Where are you? We're in the parking lot. Hurry up. I'm getting ready to start. You can't miss your friend's event because your friends are your lives. And I get that. You don't want to let your friends down. My son and daughter are my lives. My wife, some of my friends at work, and then all of you are part of my life because I'm in the car with you. And I want to mix up the routine every single day to make it fun. Lots of cars, stupid drivers, small lots. That spells big danger. Improper parking. When you turn, how much space do you need? I would say about space from the curb, I would say about 6 feet. Because as a beginner, you can't cut it like micro close, like shoop. Your mom and dad can turn the wheel, and park. And they're not on the grass. You are like turning the wheel on the grass. They're like, son, you're on the grass. I didn't know. Your mom and dad can turn the wheel back in the trailer in the garage. I have an 18-foot open trailer. I have my 1968 Camaro. It's really tight to the right side so my son can get his charger in. When he goes to Brazil, I'm going to take it. I'll be rolling in that mango orange Charger with the tinted windows, but I had to get the trailer all the way. It's the 2-car garage. We had to get it all the way to the right. Like there's barely room to fit in. And then he squeezed his car in. How come he get the garage and no one else? Is someone going to steal this mega orange charger? Probably. So you will learn as you get in traffic how much room you need. You want to be able to see the car behind you. 6 feet, 7 feet, 5 feet is not enough. 4 feet is not enough. 6 feet to 7 feet. I'm looking at your questions. When should you straighten the wheel out? Halfway out of the turn. Ava, halfway out of the turn. If you turn out in the middle of the turn, the car's going to swerve to the left. And if you go too fast, and that happened to Danielle a couple times, she was kind of going wild. I'm like, why are you going wild in the school parking lot? Oh, no. Why are you going wild in the neighborhood? Oh, no. She had too much speed in her turn, and the car was like, oh. I'm like, oh, my God, girl, slow down. And she wanted me to tell her the truth. She wanted me to tell her the truth in a adult, respectful way. Not like, you're stupid. You're a young driver. No. She wanted me to tell her the truth. And I said, you're going too fast. Slow down. Okay. She slowed down. She said, I need to work on my turns. We made over 20 right turns. We made some good left turns. The first left turn was a little stiff. The second left turn, right by the double yellow, I'm like, deuces. And then she said, I can change lanes if I want. I'm like, right, you got a broken yellow. So she's starting to learn. She had great speed control, so she didn't have to run lights. That's always scary. How much space, gap? How much space should I look before moving to fill a gap? On the making a right turn, 8 feet, 10 feet. Left turn, 9 feet, 10 feet. Because left turns are more dangerous turning across cars. Beginning drivers panic. They don't turn. They look the wrong way. Car, you should be looking straight. They look to the right. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't know where to look. Look straight ahead as I hold the brake so you don't get excited and turn out and hurt us. So I tell you this in a loving way. I'm looking at your questions a lot on turning advice in general. Have good speed going in, about 20 to 17 miles an hour. Accelerate out. Don't slam the gas. A lot of beginners slam gas, and then you make the car jerk. And then you're like, whoa. And then your mama's like, pull over. And the other's like, can you give her a chance? Can you give him a chance? No, I'm scared. That's what's going to happen. I know I'm describing your real life situations. How do I stop drifting? You have to look ahead. A lot of you will, I'm looking down at speedometer. A lot of you will look to the right. And occasionally that happened to Indy. Occasionally it happened to Ben. Occasionally it happens to all of you. So don't look down at the speedometer. I'm looking down. Don't look to the, a lot of you are scared to get your car centered. Gave your dad a heart attack. You're going to give your mom and dad a heart attack. The heart attack I gave my dad, I was just driving too slow because I was so nervous. I was so nervous. Mom, I would go too fast. Slow down. This is like a roller coaster. I'm like, sorry, Mom. She's like, what are you smiling at? Nothing. So I was really nervous around my dad. Maybe going in a 65, maybe going like 50. He's like, pick up. I'm like, you better let me drive your car. I don't know how to drive it. I know how to drive it, but it was different than my piece of junk car. How do I stop drifting when I turn? You've got a lot of you are squeezing the wheel. If you squeeze the wheel, I know you like my jacket, right? That's a good fit, right? Yeah, that's a good fit. I know. I'm lit. Ava's like, yeah, that's a good fit. Keep it moving. If you feel good about yourself, you're going to drive better. So when you guys drive, wear some, you don't have to wear a fancy, but just wear something nice. You feel good. I feel good. Okay. How do I start segment 2 after 30 hours of driving 3 months? You're going to call the driving school. And when you're at 30 hours in 3 months, and then you're going to look for a segment 2 class online. Everything is online now. Okay. They have like 6 secretaries, multiple lines, Most driving schools are in contact with the state they're in. They have a dedicated server in the back room. It's really a big, lavish deal because the state may knock on their door, knock, knock, knock. I want to see your driving records from the last 5 years. And if you don't have it, your company's going to get shut down. So 30 hours in 3 months, you drive an hour and a half per week over 3 months. You call the driving school. I want to sign up for segment 2. Okay. What is your permit issue start date? What is that? When you go to Secretary of State, you're going to get a permit. Let's pretend this piece of paper is your permit. It's really a drive schedule. When you go to Secretary of State, you're going to get a permit, and that's the date. Let's pretend you go tomorrow, 4/23/25. 3 months from now, 5/23, 6/23, 7/23. 3 calendar months. You got to have, but what if I don't have 30 hours? You can't take your segment 2. Every state is different. Halfway through, a lot of questions on turning. Little kids running through in your neighborhood, you'll run them over, and then you have all the mothers mad at you. There's that girl. Ma'am, you didn't control your son or daughter. You were talking on your phone on Facebook Live, and I saw clearly your son or daughter in the street. You can't say that. They'll choke you. It's true. You have to practice going on the freeway. That's drive 4, drive 5, drive 6. Potholes, bad drivers, they'll make you lose control. We saw the bad motorcycle driver. We saw the bad Jeep driver. We saw a lot of bad people who are in a hurry, cutting you off. I'm in a hurry to get home. I got to get my chicken. I got to use the bathroom. I got to get dinner. I got to get diapers. Yeah. Just checking. People walking, potholes, kids. What is the lowest passing? Why are we on lowest? How about you get the highest? What's your lowest range on your Tesla? Highest. Never manifest negativity. Come on. Never manifest negativity, because one of your classmates said, we need to do more quizzes. We need to do more videos. Then we'll do the work in the end. So we're going to switch up the routine. No. Most of my students I can't even talk. Most of my students miss less than 10 questions because we do a lot of test prep. People merging on the highway. People on the highway have the right of way. If you're too slow, you're going to get cut off and go off the road. If you're too fast, you're going to cut off a car. About 55, 50. Most of you will drive about 50, 55, 57, 60. And I'll make sure that you go fast. One second. Good class, good information. Let's keep going. I need you to look at these videos, ask questions. I'll go live later. Bye.